What's going on, everybody? Austin Brooks with Dry Tight Roofing. I'm going to show you all a project I'm working on today. I'm in Nashville. A lot of older homes here in Nashville. I think this one's from the 60s. Wanted to talk to y'all about decking. So back in the day, in the 60s and 70s, they used to sheathe the roofs with 1x. So it could be 1x6s or whatever, or 1x8s. I've seen up to 1x12. Well, the problem is after a really long period of time, they get really old and brittle and they can crack. Another problem. And so basically, I want to touch back on that with them cracking. One problem that can happen is when we're laying our new shingles, those nails from the nail gun it'll break it. So that can cause problems, of course. And then another big problem is, there's also a lot of gaps and cracks. And let's say we need to nail right there. We're not going to be able to tell. We can't see that it's missing it. And sometimes they'll nail and shoot, that nail can go right through it. So that's another big problem. It is very sturdy. I will give it that. Usually it's pretty sturdy, but it's really just not nailable. Look, we'll just walk around. I'll show you all the little cracks everywhere, little busted pieces all over the roof. All right, so now I have found this to be the best way to fix this problem, the most economical way, and it's going to make the roof look so much better. OSB laid over on top of this sheathing right here. It's going to strengthen the roof deck because now you have 2 layers of sheathing, so it's going to strengthen it. And it's going to give it a much flatter roof deck. It's going to look a lot flatter, which is great. And also, let's say if there's any old nails in here that could possibly pop out. You see like how these nails are kind of popped out? Well, that can lead to nail pops in the future. But when you cover it with OSB, it prevents it prevents nail pops, gives you a solid roof deck to make sure all the shingles are properly nailed. So that's really important. I want to show y'all, this is what we're nailing with. These are 3-inch ring shank framing nails. These are the best you can buy. Ring shank, they're not going to pull out over time. And yeah, really great. They're going to hold it down very well. And these you want to make sure you're using 3-inch because you want to make sure you're penetrating through the OSB, the 1x's, and then into the rafters. So that is just a little lesson here on decking. This is why whenever, let's say you live in an older home, you want to make sure that, or, really any home, you want to make sure that your contractor is inspecting the decking because, they sell you a roof and then let's say they tear it off and, oh, surprise, oh, wow, you've got this old wood plank decking. So these are things that we like to identify before we start the project so we can prepare for it properly. So before this job, we went ahead and ordered all the OSB to do the layover. So we tore this off. It's actually 2 layers of shingles. We always tear off down to the decking. But yeah, 2 layers of shingles, tore it off. We're laying our OSB. And then once we're done with that, we're gonna lay our ice and water shield down here in the valleys to protect those critical areas. And then everywhere else is gonna get synthetic underlayment, like over here on this roof. So, and we're gonna cut this out and do ridge vent. We're doing metal drip edge all the way around on all the gables and all the eaves. So, we're probably gonna have to replace a little bit of 1x6. That's pretty rotten right here, as you can see. But yeah, we'll need to replace that 1x6 right there. Most of this stuff like this, we can lay it right on top of and it'll be fine. But yeah, that's just too large of a piece, so we'll have to replace that one. But it's a lot better than trying to go around and replace every little piece, which, maybe this one we'll probably actually have to get that one because it goes, to that rafter right there. So we'll still probably have to replace a little bit here and there, but it won't be nearly as much. So, but yeah, you can see how this stuff, old, brittle, cracking. If you put a brand new roof on top of this, guaranteed problems in the future. So Got to make sure it's done right, y'all. Austin Brooks with Dry Tight Roofing, signing out. Hope everybody has a blessed day here in Nashville, Tennessee. Adios.